This Meditainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
The Whine and Cheese Show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and welcome to episode 51 of the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses show.
Today we talked to Upland Puppet, the founder of Floating Farms, about how he came into the metaverse, his different types of art creation, and his wax project.
So sit down and jam your fist into something to bring it to life and get ready for one of the shittiest episodes yet of...
The shittier the better of the worst show ever.
Whine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Cheese. One is a wanker, one's slinging stunts. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Angela.
Welcome, it's the Whine and Cheese Show. I'm here with Ben. We
Nice
have
try.
Upland Puppet from Floating Farms here to join us. Hello. He's going to be talking with us Metaverse articles, and maybe we'll get some special guests coming in from him on his side. And then we'll learn more about his project, which is extremely awesome and interesting. But first, oh wait, and it's episode 51, worst show ever.
Yes, episode 51. I think it's going to be fun. There you go. There's your tag.
I love it. Love the rhymes.
All right, straight up. When I woke up this morning in my blurry state, when the stupid AM alarm went off, I saw this headline pop up in Upland: rewards balancing. And I went, oh, surely they're not. Surely they haven't. Because we were just
They
talking
have,
in the...
and don't call me Shirley. Sorry, I had to do the joke. I had to do the joke. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Liam Nielsen.
Thank you, Shirley. Just before I went to bed, we were kind of having a debate about the dividends, rate in the Upland general chat. You know, is it rental income? Is it dividends? I know some people are calling it their rental income. I'm like, who are you renting it to? I don't know. But anyway, so I thought when I read rewards balancing, I thought, oh, don't tell me they'd bump that rate down again. But apparently not. So everything I read in this, I was loving it. So rewards balancing, KYC updates, minting cooldowns. Well, maybe not the minting cooldowns. I'm not a massive fan of that, but I get the point. And property sniping. Blah, 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 blah. The biggest points here are KYC changes for treasure hunts and other activities. So anything to do with the competitive treasure hunts, anything to do with Spark rewards, it's all going to require KYC, which I think that's a very good move. I know there's people in the community like Russell Envy have been pushing hardcore for this sort of stuff to kick in. So I don't know. I'm loving that.
KYC when I started, pal. Back when I started, when it wasn't cool to be KYC.
So what did they do? They let everybody run amok? Who is that?
I have no idea. I thought the door was closed in here. I'm sorry, guys. It's not professional.
Yeah, no, KYC was definitely not a thing. And coming from a crypto background, I wasn't really a fan of it myself, but it is what it is. And I think most people know by now, I won one of the first spots in the feed out better and I gave it away. That's how much I didn't want to be involved with KYC. So yeah, KYC for Spark activities, anything to do with the competitive stuff, as we said, that's cool. KYC for UpX activities. So this was a bit of a strange one, but the main one here is competitive treasure hunts. So basically it's the same thing, treasure hunts. what does it say here? This means that competitive treasure hunts in a tier 5 city won't require KYC because there are no exclusive or rare hunts. These activities will be locked in the app for those without KYC verification. Okay, so if you're a miner or you're a, I don't know, why wouldn't you KYC? Why else would you? Multi-accounter, yeah. Then there are still options for you, but that you're just going to be severely limited.
All right, I'm a bit slow. I'm gonna admit this. Sometimes I have to read things over and over again. I'm a visual person, but so in order to compete in these rare and exclusive treasure hunts, you have to KYC.
Yes.
I love it. That's what people have been asking for ages.
Yep. Yeah, Russell Emby, I know, because I do a bit, well, not a bit, but I see him all the time on Twitter, and he's been going hardcore about this. So yeah, it's cool to see them following up.
Yeah.
And following on for that, KYC for director block explorers. So this is good because we've had people just multi-accounting, moving funds around, and then selling their block explorers and this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, I'm all about that. And that's cool.
Nice
treasure hunt
job,
balancing. Yes, competitive treasure hunts tier cooldown. Now this is another thing we've been requesting. After collecting rewards for a competitive treasure hunt, players will experience a cooldown period. During this time, the guided arrows will be hitting. Yeah, we've already got that. This change discourages multi-accounting and promotes a healthier blah, blah, blah. Cooldown periods will differ depending on the treasure hunt rarity. This is where the difference is. Meaning that players who collect a rare treasure will still be eligible to claim exclusive and limited. I see. What we have been asking is for them to put a cooldown in, like a 12-hour cooldown period or something like that. But I guess this makes more sense. Once you've won a rare, then it's going to be you can't go for another rare for a certain amount of time, but they're still working out the details. So
all right.
Cool. Now, this is something that has got a few people's noses out of joints. Or maybe it's not this one. Maybe it's the next one. In addition to cooldowns for competitive treasure hunts, we are aiming to reduce the number of cities. Okay, so they're going to switching the competitive treasure hunts to that kind of recurring rush theme. They want people to be moving around. So I don't really do that. Do you get into that? Cheese, do you do that?
No.
UP, do you do that?
I do the standards. I don't really get into.
Yeah, I do the standards.
Yes. Well, that brings us to the meat and potatoes that's got people's noses out of joint. So cost multipliers for standard treasure hunts. We know that you get a free standard treasure hunt every day. And I think doesn't it depend on the city tier? You could pay 100 Apex or something, and then you could keep spawning indefinitely till you run out of cents. Well, not anymore.
Uh-oh. Wait, they're changing standards? What?
Yes. So you will still get your free spawn one. You'll be able to do your free spawn one, and then you'll be able to pay for the next one. But every one that you do after that, the cost to spawn the next one is going to go up and up.
Why are they doing this to standards?
Why?
Because are they doing this to standards? I can go like, wow.
They're kind of forcing people to get out of their mum's basement and have a life.
Ben, that's not funny.
Yes.
This is all right. So now I get the anger. Because standards don't give you all that spark that the other people get. Like, I'm lucky if I get 0.06 at the end of the week now, because I feel like they changed it and now it's a lot more difficult. This just makes it harder for new players to try out standard treasure hunting.
Players like me that aren't great, that bought a large map in San Fran.
Exactly.
Yep. I haven't had a spark chest in at least a month. I've been doing like maybe 10 a day, something like that, and I just haven't even seen a
10
spark
a day.
chest,
That's cute.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Some people are doing like 80 hunts or something a day, every single day. I'm like, geez, get a life, people.
I used to spend my cents, so I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, well, so yes, that's what people have got their nose a bit out of joint. So we don't know if it's going to be a 5 Apex. Maybe it goes 5. Who knows? We don't know.
You're okay with it?
I am for this instance. Well, we're going to need balancing either way, but I'm looking at it from this aspect.
All right.
It might take people that are winning all the time and let them play. They might play a little less if they're spending more on it.
But
i.e. giving them-
standards, like I can't.
I'm sorry, not standards, not standards.
Because this is only for standards.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
For spawning
Yes.
the standards, yeah.
And,
Every
like,
time
it's-
you spawn a new standard, it's going to cost you more.
It's not a. It's not a big deal for me.
you're
'Cause I have-
taking food out of my dog's mouth.
I know that I'm one of those annoying people with a San Francisco map.
I have because I stink.
Well, it is a pay to play game. That's people just got to get their mind around that. I think
That's true. That is true.
I know, but like, why pick on standards when other things need like it's like you're fixing one thing and then destroying another. All right,
I'm putting
let's
on
move
I'm putting on my tinfoil hat.
All right.
We know that the last couple of Spark sales, the Spark just sits there. Nobody's buying the low level Spark. Is
Yeah.
this a way to kind of encourage people to buy
Yeah,
some?
but for standards, it's like it's so hard to get a spark on
Mm.
standards. Like for me, it's just a way to kind of have fun in between waiting for stuff.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. I like the idea of this. It's going to suck, but it's going to be good at the same time. So
No, I love this. Let's read about it. In
I
addition,
didn't at first, but I'm coming on board.
Mm.
yeah, like I think it's going to change the way everything. Let's see. In addition, the above changes, we are soon planning to implement a cooldown for minting properties. This means that each player will need to wait a fixed period before making their next purchase. This cooldown is not intended to interrupt typical gameplay, but should go a long way in preventing malicious activity. To start, we plan to implement a 10-second cooldown between each property mint. This value may or may not be adjusted as we measure the performance of this change. Now, can multiple tabbing
Yeah.
kind of outsmart this cooldown?
I guess
Good question.
that's the point. Yeah. If you've got multiple tabs open, it's still only tied to the one account. So I would assume that the 10-second cooldown would apply.
Because that's
But-
what they do now to
Yeah.
grab multiple
Absolutely.
properties right next to
Yep.
each other.
And whether they click on it, because I know this is what happens, like they can essentially reserve a whole bunch of properties because they click on it, but they don't complete the purchase until they go back and finish it off. So does this bring up a thing where like you click on it to mint and it brings up, hang on, this property's in cooldown, but does that essentially still reserve the property? Who knows? I guess we'll have to
We'll
wait
have
and
to
see in the
see.
next city release.
Yeah.
I like the 10 seconds. I think that's good. If they went to 30 seconds, that's probably too far.
Yeah.
10 seconds still gives you room to play with it. So yeah, I like it. 10 seconds.
I like
is
this,
not
but
a
devil's
huge-
advocate.
Mm.
That like what's stopping them from creating multiple accounts then to switch back and forth from?
Yeah, well.
And then funnel the properties to the one at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then I guess that's easier to kind of catch, like if that happens, it's easier to catch people multi-accounting. I'm
Yes,
sure
well,
they've been all of this, it seems like they've been working on this for a while. People
Yeah.
said that they're like, oh, no one's doing anything, but this seems like they have been hunkered down and trying to figure this out. No one's gonna like everything 100%. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm a little disappointed in the standard, but I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people who come into the game and look for ways that they can exploit the system. Hell, that was
Yeah.
me when I started. That was exactly what I did. I was like, what can I do within the gameplay? What can I get away with here? So yeah, KYC is a good step in the right direction, but you know, it's pretty easy. Like I know back from the crypto ICO days, it's pretty easy to get your siblings and your mum and dad to KYC for you to be involved in these other
Uncle,
projects.
cat.
So it's always
Cactus plant.
yeah, but it's good. It at least shows they're listening to the community and they're trying different things. So
Well, let me ask, Upland Puppet, does any of your alter egos have
I mean, I thought you guys had me on the show for me, but I could ask. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, they want it. They don't care about it. Yeah, thank you.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Hey,
Do you have an Upland account?
I can't get KYC. I tried to get a license. They kicked me out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's good, guys? How's it going, Morecheese? Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too. Oh my God, you're so adorable.
Thank you. Thank you. I know. I mean, thank you. Wow, I never get to go on your camera. Always that guy.
What do you think about this this article?
About the article? Well, I got belt fingers, so I can't play the game. No, I'm kidding. I think it's good. Chase the rats out, Cheese. You know what I'm saying. Get rid of the rats.
Get rid of the rats.
Get rid of the rats.
Oh yeah, by KYC. Yeah, get rid of the rats.
Yeah, rats can't KYC.
I thought you were saying get rid of the rats because they like cheese.
No, that's what I was saying. Why, what do you KYC? It's my favorite cheese place. I go there all the time. This thing on? What the heck is it? Okay. Sorry.
I told you this is going to be a fun one. That's
This
cool.
is gonna be a fun one. I love it. I love it.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry.
Anytime, Mighty D, we appreciate your inputs. And what do we got? I think there's one more thing, property sniping prevention. This is a good one too. So lastly, in an effort to mitigate property snipes, they will be implementing capture for properties initially listed on the secondary market. So that means for 24 hours after listing a property, any attempted purchase will require the completion of capture. So yeah, if you accidentally fat finger the numbers on the sale button, rather than it just being gobbled up in seconds, maybe you'll have 5 seconds. Well, we know bots have a way to get around capture, so it's not a cure-all, but it's a step in the right direction.
It might be a cure because if you have a bot that will get past that, and I'm sure they're going to see how many seconds it took. Maybe it's a good way to catch people who are using malicious software.
Yes.
As well. I have to say I'm very impressed with this. Like I know in the UDU podcast I was kind of like, bad Upland, but this time I'm gonna say good Upland, and this is extremely impressive and well done.
Miles is pretty proud of himself. He's
Yeah,
giving
Miles.
himself a ribbon. So yeah.
It
Sorry,
feels
you
to me
Pete,
like
go
they're
ahead.
setting some traps.
Yes.
For my,
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
and I like
Exactly.
that.
Yes, I like it too. I want to see people like squirming in a foot clamp and blood splurting out, and they have nowhere
Catch
to
'em.
go. And they're like trying to crawl away, and you're like, you can't go anywhere. Your foot's there unless you eat it off. But then there's the bone. How are you going to get past the bone? We'll
It's a hard
find
tough
out.
get to-
Your
you have-
army of rats.
You have to have
gotta-
a spoon to kind of like.
No.
Gosh, we've gone from puppets to
That lets me do it.
So
I
what-
don't know. He never.
Ben, I was
stops
thinking
me.
of Rat King when you said that too. Remember?
Yes,
From
they-
didn't he run an army of rats?
yeah,
If you have an
Shouldn't
army
we
of
do?
rats, that will definitely help your foot.
yes,
The
nibble
bone.
nibble.
Need a rat puppet.
A rat posse.
I see.
I'm not sure if that's a good segue or not, but we will move on. The European Union is to launch a global metaverse regulation initiative in 2023. So we have been talking about how there's different companies getting involved, and then there's different countries getting involved, and now we have a union of countries getting involved. So it's kind of always upscaling here. So the European Union will present an initiative to address the metaverse and all the activities and interactions happening in it. It's interesting that they use it singular. Sometime in 2023, the proposal, which was qualified as key in the State of the Union letter of intent authored by Ursula von der Leyen, President of the European Commission, will present several initiatives, blah, 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 expectations for the metaverse.
I don't think that's cool at all. It's like, how are they going to control something that isn't tangible, that isn't something you can really touch? Like, who are they? Who are these people that think that they can just come in and say colonize the metaverse?
Bureaucrats. They're bureaucrats that want their money, and it clearly shows here by them saying address the metaverse. They really don't know what they're talking about. Go to the metaverse. Cheese. Go to the metaverse. Where would you go if somebody said go to the metaverse? Where you
Depends
gonna
on how I'm feeling that day. Like there's
There's no
so
such thing
many
as the
different like
It's-
outlets for virtual reality that you can't really say one
Yes.
thing is it.
Well, governments live to regulate. That's what they're all about, and getting their profit squeeze out. So they've just jumped on this latest buzzword, I think, and looking to front load how they can squeeze some dollaroonies out of them. So, what does it say here? The commission aims to deliver the initiative. Blah 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 blah. Initiative explained. Here we go. Yada yada yada, bureaucrat person. The way in which the commission will focus to prepare this accompanying initiative, they'll propose several structures to address perceived issues and will create a specific institution to develop standards and increase interoperability among the different metaverse worlds. Oh, okay, there you go. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Interoperability.
Keep going. I'm not convinced.
You're not convinced?
No.
Yeah. Sell me some more.
I like this. Read that one, Cheese.
Private metaverses should develop based on interoperable standards, and no single private player should hold the key to the public square. We will not witness a new Wild West or new private monopolies. Wait, I don't get that.
So they don't want it to become like, like Facebook controls is a massive kind of monopoly on the social media.
So you know what I don't like about that? Instead of saying no single private corporation, they say no single private player.
Yeah.
Like I think player should not be, I think that should be corporation and not player.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I digress.
I think this is a call out to my best friend Zuck.
Oh, well,
speaking
of that, that was hilarious. Did you see when he was in court and all the old people were trying to understand what he was saying, and they were just like,
yeah.
What
and so was he. So was he. Like his face was like, what?
No, Zuck was in disbelief. I think he was like, oh
That's
my
what
God.
I mean, yeah.
Like, what's going on here? How do you not know these simple things?
He definitely doesn't know what he's talking about. He's making it up as he goes. We got metaverse shoes now. They're shoes. They're in the metaverse.
You can buy Solana shoes. So I don't know. I'm all about Solana. So
everybody's gonna want different shoes.
Yes. We will launch a comprehensive reflection and consultation on the vision and business model of the infrastructure that we need to carry the volumes of data and instant continuous interactions. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So I mean, there's not a lot of details in there, but yeah, it's definitely. World governments are definitely taking it a lot more seriously than they have in the previous 6 months, shall we say.
We'll see. I need to hear
Cheese
more.
is ready to move on.
I'm ready to move on. I want to see the next article because the whole taxation thing about it is what I'm worried about.
Well, you brought this up several episodes ago.
Yeah.
I think you popped up when we were just kind of recording. Yes. So this seems to be the next level. So the White House just released a framework for regulating digital assets. There's that R word again. Take it away, Cheese.
All right. Early in September 2022, the White House published a report calling for more sustainable practices across blockchain industry. Now the White House has offered solutions in the form of a comprehensive framework centered around the responsible development of digital assets. This framework outlines actionable next steps that will be taken, include things like regular scaling up investigations, the Financial Literacy Education Commission, Department of Energy, the environmental blah, 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 why it matters. It is a move towards a more sustainable existence. Is this about sustainability and like the environment? Many individuals in the space were worried about all-out bans. However, the publication of today's framework, it's clear that the administration is more interested in sustainable growth than banning specific tools or technology. All right, that sounds all right. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so specifically the Office of Science and Technology Policy and National Science Foundation will develop a digital assets research and development agenda to kickstart research into topics spanning next generation cryptography, transaction programmability, cybersecurity, privacy protections, and how to mitigate the environmental impact of digital assets. So
boring.
Well, I think it's kind of like the European Union one, where the governments are starting to have these talks, what is this actually? What is it? How are we going to regulate this stuff? So, we got a thumbs down from Marty D.
Sorry. Anytime there's a camera.
Yeah,
so there's not a whole lot of details there.
I was like interested in getting angry at this article, so I'm kind of disappointed. Let's go into
well, there's not enough juice there, is there? If it even
there's not one mention of taxation, and I think everybody's interested to find out what that's going to be like. That's coming up.
Yeah, we talked about that in Upland General last night too. Like, a few other people are kind of getting in the same boat as me, where I'm looking to hold anything I mint. I'm looking to hold for at least 12 months before I sell, just because I'm very wary of retroactive tax laws, basically. So we shall see. All right, now this next one, Cheese. This article you found that you wanted to sink your teeth into.
Can I eat it? Yes, you can. All right. Can I eat it? The other questions we have about food in the metaverse. So basically, I went into, I don't remember what it was, Decentraland or Sandbox. And the first thing I saw was a bar, and they had burgers and beer. And I'm like, what's the point? What is the point? So this guy, he's a 35-year-old guy who doesn't want pop culture to pass him by, and he wants to kind of get into everything, which is cool. So he saw he sees something called Chipotle debuted a garlic guajillo steak product on Roblox. All right, I like Roblox. All right, yes. Tuesday. And the Mexican chain claims it's the first restaurant to launch a menu item in the metaverse, and that broke him. He, like me, all right, I'm a little bit older than the guy, but he doesn't understand the concept behind half the sentence. Please, someone get your 12-year-old nephew to explain to me what's going on.
Segue off that just quickly. I want to get WX33 back on and talk to him about the Roblox.
Yes,
he can school us on what the Roblox is.
Let Upland Puppet and the rest of the people know who WX33 is.
I think that's his moniker. That's my 10-year-old son, Keanu. He's just mad about it. We've already interviewed him once, and he kind of blew our minds.
He's so
we might get
smart.
him. We'll see how he goes. We'll see if he wants to get back on and explain the Roblox to us. He might just roll his eyes and go, yeah, no, that's too hard.
I have a 9 and 12-year-old, so I'm very familiar.
Yes.
And
I've
got
got a 12, a 10, and an 8. So, yeah.
12, 10, and 8.
0.
Yeah, but you got 500 cats.
I have 3 cats.
No, you got 500. They've got all the random ones you feed that come in off the street.
I understand. They live in the street. I just give them food.
Aww.
Yeah.
Cheese?
So, by launching garlic, I'm not even going to try and say that word. By launching garlic steak in the metaverse, we are able to share our culinary traditions and real food propositions, said Gen Z, said Chipotle CMO Chris Brandt. As Gen Z metaverse users are way more likely to spend money there. Is it a place? As best as I can understand it, this is the culinary equivalent of that month I got addicted to the Kim Kardashian game and bought a bunch of jumpsuits, blah, 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 blah.
Wait, there's a Kim Kardashian game? I want to play.
This is awesome. This is what we've been talking about, Cheese. We've been talking about like McDonald's and Starbucks and all of these different brands getting involved. This is the first kind of aspect of gamification, or
I'm very susceptible to advertising. This is why I try not to I'm actually one of those people that like commercials, because it gives me motivation to find out what I want to eat that night. And if I saw this in my game, I'm going to be like, oh my God, all right, this is what I want to eat tonight.
I'm on the edge of my seat if you can eat it or not. I'm just listening. I can't wait.
Or maybe your avatar can, yes. So it says here, Chipotle isn't the first restaurant to have a presence in the metaverse. Wendy's opened a restaurant, and yesterday Starbucks opens an NFT marketplace. Now get this. At the same time, it offered new perks only for non-unionized employees. Wow.
Wow, that's
Wow.
effed up.
Wow, Starbucks. Wow.
Come on. Starbucks.
Wow.
No NFTs for you.
Oh, my soy chai latte.
Oh, so
See,
that's
now I
something we're
want a
gonna have
soy
to dive
chai
into.
latte.
That's good. Oh, I love those.
Oh my
here
God.
we go, UP. Here we go. Can you eat the steak? The $1 million question. You can buy the garlic steak at Chipotle locations in the US and Canada for a limited time, where you can eat it with your human mouth and your human body will digest it for nutrients. But experiencing the steak in the metaverse means it exists in the metaverse, and your metaverse self can eat it. Is that right? In the grill simulator in Roblox, users grill the steak following Chipotle's exact culinary processes and then virtually taste garlic steak's robust flavors. Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay, here's my opinion. Make it so that you need to own it in Roblox to go pick one up.
Exactly. Yep. Or it gives you a percentage off or something like that. Yeah, make it a special item on the in real life menu that is only accessible if you can show the NFT or something like that. Absolutely. That's exactly where we're headed.
Look what he says. There are also a bunch of free. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Just to finish a thought, or if you have, I don't know, for shits and giggles, if you have 10 of the garlic steak NFTs, you blend that to get you a ticket to get you an in real life one for free.
Yes.
Bam.
Wow.
I like that. I like that.
Gamification, bringing Web3 into mainstream.
Exactly. The restaurant's offering Web3. All right. So he goes, there are also a bunch of free entree codes for reward members and chances to unlock exclusive virtual items that I don't care about because I'm not a dweeb. So it's like opposite of what you said. If you get it in real life, you get chances to unlock it in your game.
Yes. Well, it can go both ways. Absolutely. Yeah. So if you were to buy, maybe this garlic steak is a special thing on the menu. Well, if you buy that in real life, then you get a QR code to get it in the digital world. Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
garlic.
You need to be able to flex somehow too. So you got to walk down the street eating it in the game, so everyone sees it. What do you have there? Is that the garlic?
He goes,
garlic steak shoes.
Garlic steak shoes.
Garlic.
There you go.
Why does it matter
what
flavor it is? So what is different flavors going to give you certain perks? I'm thinking.
Yeah, or it could be maybe your avatar is allergic to garlic.
Oh, I would die. I'd kill my avatar and start again. I'm Italian. You got to eat garlic.
Didn't we cover some project that was doing taste where you lick the TV or something? Remember that? We did that ages ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Was that for real though? I can't remember 5 seconds ago, Ben.
Yeah, that was like 20 episodes ago or something like that.
That was like 20 years ago.
Here we go. After successfully preparing garlic steak, users will be able to virtually taste the menu innovation with Chipotle's iconic black fork. A flavor aroma will appear, highlighting the garlic steak's dynamic flavor profile. Like, sure, this is how video games work, but this is the least exciting thing I've ever heard of. I mean, I'm not a gamer, but I get it.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I need it to give me something. I don't want it to just be like, oh, she ate a Chipotle steak. Or I want it to be like, oh, she can fly now because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Or nobody will go near her for 10 seconds or an hour because she stinks of garlic. Yeah.
You live through a vampire onslaught.
Oh yeah, you're safe from vampires.
Well, don't you have what's the metaverse that we talked about with the vampires are coming? The one we did the cool you did the cool pixel avatar for. The wolf of something.
Wall Street?
No, the wolf guy that we interviewed. Danu Games.
Yes. I'm sorry. My memory is shit. All right, Danu Games, Avalon the Droid.
Druid,
MMO,
yeah.
NFT, MMORPG, NFT
Yes.
project on Wax and Polygon. I'm very much involved in that, and wow, that's funny. I forgot because I am very much involved, and I have their stuff also. Yeah, they have
Yes, and-
vampires in there.
Yeah, he
So
said
if they team
vampire
up
raids.
with Chipotle to get
Go
their
through your
their
portal.
garlic steaks. Yeah,
Yep. Go
Well,
through
I
the
gotta
portal,
talk
get
to
your garlic
Marius.
steak.
I
There
gotta
you
talk
go.
to Marius about
Forget slippers. We're getting a burrito house made for us now.
There's that word, interoperability. There you go. There's a direct link.
Yeah.
Get your Chipotle garlic steak so you don't get eaten by vampires in the Mamorp game.
Perfect.
Yes. All right, this is quite a long article. We're not going to dig into that too far. I think this is awesome. I think this kind of is leading towards, again, things we've been talking about for over a year together, Cheese. I think
garlic.
it's cool.
I want
Yep.
something garlicky now.
Bringing both directional gamification between the in real life businesses, restaurant businesses, and the metaverse business. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just
I'm all
very
for it.
quickly, when you scanned down on that picture there of the steaks on the grill, I actually thought that was a real grill with the AI showing how complete it was done. Imagine having glasses. Hey, it's overcooking. Give me my steak.
Oh my, they're
It's
burnt
like the
the shit
little-
house, aren't they?
Yeah, they really did.
Yes.
Take it off.
Yes. Yes. I like my steak blue, so that's very triggering for me.
Blue?
Yeah.
The hell is blue?
Blue
Undercooked.
is like you just slap it and then put it on the plate, basically.
Oh.
Oh,
On the plate.
nasty.
Yes.
That's
All right.
close to-
Speaking of
okay.
nasty, that's a good segue. You found this one
Ajay.
too, Cheese. What
Yeah,
do we
all
got?
right. So I'm not hip or with it. You know, I'm an old woman. This is something that the kids will know. Fage Clan is partnering with Sandbox to bring Fage World to life. Now, basically, Fage, I found out, is sort of like a youth sort of thing that brings Web3 to virtual worlds. If you scroll down a bit.
Fage, is it Fage or is it just phase?
I don't know. It could be
Yeah,
phase.
you've been like ultra fancy. You normally fancy.
Yeah.
Fage.
It's like I'm not going to Target, I'm going to Target.
It's not the mother, it's the Faja.
Yeah.
All right. So Fage Clan, Phase. I don't know. The clan, the lifestyle and media platform rooted in gaming and youth culture is entering the Sandbox. What does that mean?
Hmm.
I have no freaking idea, but I'm sure a lot of, young people who watch the show will know. The partnership, what was that for?
I'll just interject there. Sorry. Yeah, that was quite a big site. I think this is, so what? Faze Clan's buying a 12 by 12 plot of land. We talked about this last week, like all Sandbox and Decentraland, they're getting all the big hype, the big love. Everybody's just chasing that. We want to have our avatar in that map of the Sandbox. It's just a giant, Sandbox just looks like a giant advertising freaking screenshot, basically.
Like a
it just
esports organization.
Yeah.
So do they
Sorry,
play-
Cheese.
Are they competitive gaming? The Faze, the Fragile clan, if you will.
I'm not sure what they are, but I know it's like
It's a-
part of some youth culture Web3
Yeah,
type thing.
I just brought it up quick. It says something with a gaming group here.
Yeah, look at this. Look, the Sandbox land surrounding Fage World will be available for individual digital real estate purchase by the public. They're trying to do a pump and dump. They're trying to pump the price up of the properties around them. It's like you want to live next door to Snoop Dogg, so you got to pay $200,000 bazillion.
But I don't know if they're going to dump because they're one of the largest gaming and media organizations.
Yeah, I say pump and dump. I don't really mean dump. Just saying this just seems weird.
Well, I know it's Sandbox, but Sandbox is part of like Animoca Investments, and so is Upland. And I think when the time is right, these people will be coming to Upland as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
You just burst my bubble. I was so excited about this article, Ben. That sigh of yours. Oh my god.
What a roller coaster. Wow.
It was a good one.
Wow.
It was a good one. Yes. Yes, I did.
Jeez.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to deflate
I
you.
still don't know who they are, I'll be honest.
Well, if I would have been able to kind of
we're
Well, who are they?
old,
Who
but we're
is
not
fun?
that old that all three of us are like, who now?
I mean, I'm 43. This is probably for like teenagers and early 20s.
Gamified Faze world. All right, we'll have to dig into that and keep
Sounds
our
fugazi.
Fugazi. We'll have to.
Hey guys, I wanted to
Well,
share with you how I covered my branded coffee up so that we're not in trouble with them.
unprofessional puppets. Nice.
I love it.
Yeah, we're not very
Says-
professional.
I love
We were-
that. We're not either.
Oh,
worst
come
show ever. Well, actually, no, that's technically not. That's not true. We're the second worst show ever, but we won't get there. Stay tuned for more updates. So we'll have to stay tuned for more updates. I think I want to click that. I want to click this and check out what it is, but I assume it's just a it'll be a fluff piece.
I was curious myself.
Link is in the description. Go and click that linkity link and see what you can find out. But yes, yeah, I think all of these kind of products, once they realize that Sandbox, Decentraland, the actually active, engaged community numbers in these metaverses are laughable at best. And then
Well, I
you
like
look
your
at,
thought. Oops, sorry. I like your thought of everybody coming over here eventually, because I think that,
Yep.
we're showing the numbers as to where they're not.
Yes.
We've also got the built platform. And I think at some point, the aspects of us being overlaid over the actual ground is going to be more important than people are giving credit to.
Yep.
Now, I did hear some talk in an interview the other day about getting into topography also, if that's, and that's just, you could just keep wrapping your head around this as to where, well, don't get me going. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, when I first put the track layout out for the drag strip in Midtown Terrace, I think it might have been Mass Chef or somebody said, oh, that's going to be sick because that actually goes downhill. I'm like, what? So I went and looked at the street view and yeah, he's right. So yeah, that'd be cool if topography becomes a thing for racing or whatever.
So crazy.
Especially because Midtown Terrace is in the center of San Francisco and essentially overlooks the bay. That'd be cool.
Right.
All right. Hey there, Cheese. I've completely deflated your bubble, haven't I? Let's
You
pump it back up
did.
again, Cheese.
You did.
Introducing Community DevTools Cheese.
He
What's this
doesn't
all
care
about?
about inflating. I don't know. You read it.
Oh, come on, Cheese. Don't get down. You can't be
I'm so
sad.
grateful
Looking at
for
the
these
face like-
puppets. Puppets, can you eat Ben's
Cool.
face?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Got animal vibes. That one, I like that.
I'm not getting invited back, that's for sure.
No, we'll keep you. We'll get rid of Ben.
Hey.
I'll just be demoted to one of your puppets. Yes.
It's a bad
All right,
life for those guys.
Absolutely. Community DevTools bring a new era to Upland. The next era of Upland has officially arrived with the introduction of Community DevTools. Developers can connect their third-party experiences to the Upland platform. Nice.
This is what
New
everybody was
activity.
waiting for.
Yes. New activities will pop up all over cities, giving users infinite reasons to explore Upland and utilize their assets. Now, new activities will pop up all over cities. Is this going to be a web-only thing? Is this going to be mobile-friendly?
It's up to the creator. It's up to the developer.
Yeah, interesting. The community dev tools are here today for the UDN, the Upland Developer Network members. What does this mean for users? Read on to learn more and jump on the hype train. To celebrate this milestone moment, we are launching a Terraformer block explorer. Blah, 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 blah. What are community dev tools? In short, community dev tools empower third-party developers to connect with Upland using simple REST APIs. This deployment method allows players to connect to third-party experiences while letting creators use the programming tools and game engines they love. Players have access to virtually limitless third-party content, and developers can tap into the Upland ecosystem. It's a win-win for everyone. Blah, 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 blah. Fluff, fluff, fluff. Here we go. Someone read that.
It's not fluff. This is cool. What are you talking about?
I mean, this bit. They already said that.
It's amazing. It's people can now gamify Upland. It's like you can apply to become a UDN member, and you've deflated me. You read it, Ben.
Is this
If they
different
can
than what
build
we
it-
had offered before? I mean, I'm not familiar with the UDN.
Well, they said that they're going to offer it, but like it hasn't come out until yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Okay.
UDN has been something that's been building up in the background with certain people getting, or certain UDN members getting access to APIs and escrow and this, that, and the other thing.
Separate channel and everything, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
If they can build it, they can connect it to Upland with community dev tools. This includes 2D, 3D, and even virtual reality experiences. Developers don't need to build something new for Upland. We encourage them to launch existing games and other programs. Bring it on. Yeah, somebody posted something on Twitter, and I said, I wonder if I can, I wonder if I could port some of my own games into something
You can.
as like an arcade experience.
You missed best of all. Creators don't need any blockchain or Web3 experience. You just need a
Yeah.
great idea and a way to kind of like connect it.
You remember
Well, it'd
Animal
be-
Crossing? When your
Yes.
house, you could put the arcades for the old NES games in there.
Yep.
That was awesome, just to
Yeah.
put those in there. I mean, I never played them.
Most of the games I created, especially for game jams and that sort of stuff, they had HTML5 builds which work off web and could be. There was a kind of a hacky way that you could do it on mobile too, but I just wonder. I'm a 99.9% Upland mobile only app user, so I wonder. I wonder if it's going to bleed into that or not.
Well, what I have an idea for you, Ben. You
Yes.
can create an arcade, Ben's Arcade, and people go to the address and they then have an ability to click a link and go to your arcade and get
Yeah.
UpX rewards for playing your games. And they have
Yes.
to pay like maybe 100 UpX to play. And if they reach a certain amount, they get like an UpX prize.
Mhm.
There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah, I did. It was probably, when did we do that thing in UDU where we did that game competition? That was probably 6-8 months ago. Or
Oh,
something
yeah.
Like that.
And Bakio
At that
killed it.
time, yeah, I looked into the code of some of my other games to set them up with the online high score thing, so we could run some more. But man, I couldn't even read my own code. It had been that long since I'd done any sort of coding, even my own, because I used to comment my code pretty heavily. I couldn't even understand my old comments, so I'd have to go back and dig out notebooks. And
Sounds like fun though. Imagine you're like a Ben arcade and it's filled with all of your games, and
I'd love it. You got to win the lotto. Hurry up and win the lotto. I need to
Hold
retire.
on. You need to have a representation of you with one of those quarter clickers on your belt, though, right? And it's UpX.
I love that.
Yeah.
Or like our big Ben face, like shut Ben up by putting a coin in his mouth, and he's like,
Yes.
yeah,
the
he'll say,
positivity
yeah,
is
you're
so
wanker,
limitless.
you this, you that, and then you put a coin in his mouth, and he's like,
Nice.
I was filled with so many great ideas. All
Well,
right.
that's what I said. There are infinite possibilities, and that's not just marketing speak. One developer could launch a full-blown video game in Upland. Another could open a movie theater or a venue for virtual concerts.
I can't wait for Scooby's movie theater, because isn't that what he wanted to do for the longest? Or
Yeah, and it
cafe?
even goes further back than that. Like, think about what's his face? Who's the Upland Action News? What's
Left House.
Left House and all that. That's what he was about way back in the day. Or Mars, Utah, all those guys.
Yeah,
That's what they've been
Mars.
hanging
What is
out
it-
for.
Is anyone familiar with the Oculus app where you watch movies with somebody in a living room atmosphere? Or
Yes.
what is that
Jesus
called?
got
I
one of those.
forgot the name of it.
There's a name.
It actually has a little fake Roomba that goes around while you're watching a movie with them.
Does it really? I have my own Roomba and I hate it. Well, I love it because I don't have the vacuum, but it's just so mouse.
What is it cleaning? That's a good point. Why do you... Atmosphere, I guess.
It's cleaning all the dust that we dust off the furniture.
All the garlic
digital
steak
dust.
crumbs. Yeah.
Yeah, the digital crumbs from the Chipotle.
Yes.
Oh,
All the
no.
garlic steak sauce.
It goes full circle.
Interoperability. That's that word again. There you go. Says here, crowdfunding mechanisms are also in play in these experiences. The developer will host a pay-to-play lobby, which is what you were just saying, Cheese, there. Yep, where participants can put their UPEX into a pot and the rewards are split at the end of the experience.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like lickety split, very easy, no kerfuffles at all. I'm just on a roll with these words, and like it's just kind of like it's fun for a chance at RNG UPEX.
Yeah.
Or skill. If they're playing a Ben video game that has to do with skill.
Mine are just all about grinding. And all the games I used to make were always, instant death.
Yeah.
One more try, one more try, one more try.
I have to totally win the lotto. I told Ben if I won the lotto, I would give him and his wife enough money so that they didn't have to work and he could just like do shows and create programs with me and
I said I'd say thank for that and I'd be a speck on the horizon.
Yeah, he would leave my Maya would be like, where did he go?
Crap. You know what, Ben? You'd be a horse riding into the sunset.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, this all sounds very cool, especially this part. There's going to be a dev shop tied to that. So it's basically an additional meta venture where there's going to be a physical address within Upland that you visit to interact with these sort of experiences. That is very cool.
Can you apply at least to be a UDN member? Please? Please?
No.
Please?
Cheese, you know what I've just taken on the back end.
No, I
can't
know.
take on any more projects.
Here's the thing. You won't be... You will just be there to see and learn.
A spy, basically.
Well, I mean, Upland watches this. He doesn't mean that X1. I just mean to learn and to be there and to kind of share your thoughts and yeah. He didn't mean that X1.
There's another big sigh for you. What I will do is I'll fire up one of my simple games and see how bugged out the HTML5 is and go from there. If it's completely bugged out and won't work, then because this is, what are we, 2022? This is probably 6-7 years ago.
People love retro. People love retro. Just try and I'm flated again.
All right. Remind me. I'll try.
Yes, we do. We love retro.
Yes.
Maybe that could be a new spin-off series. Try to understand my fucking code. Yes. All right. Yeah, there's much more to come. What experiences get you excited? Blah, 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 blah. All right. This is all looking and sounding very, very cool, which is a great segue over to our guest. Cheese, take us away.
I'm gonna start calling you UP. I heard Ben do it, and I think it's really cool and amazing. And I'm lazy. Which is Upland Puppet. Upland Puppet UP. Who are you? Pour us a hot glass of UP.
UP?
What an introduction! Thank you very much. Wow, Cheese, you told me this was going to be no, hello everybody. Yeah, I'll get the quicks out of the way, right? I started a year ago, right about got into Upland, got out of crypto, funny enough, right before I got into Upland completely. Had no idea what was going to happen, but I got tired of looking at my wallet go up and down. My wife got tired of me not being in the best of moods. So, got rid of the crypto, moved it over to Upland, which you could still do, which was pretty cool. And I didn't think you could do it back then, but liquidated, bought in. I have been looking for a little showroom since I got into the game. That's been what I've been waiting for. So I don't know why yet, other than to sell things for people and to interact with art and to have art. I'm an artist, in case you guys haven't been able to tell a little bit, but I'm a tattoo artist for 17 years.
Ooh, cool.
I taught art in preschool before that. So I just love art. I used to do we used to do little drink and draws where we would do shrinky dinks from time to time. So, I mean, I like a good time. But I want there to be more art brought into this. I think this is finally my introduction. I've had some bad experiences in life, so I don't necessarily go out as much as the average people do. This is my introduction to share my art again. Like this is my chance to actually have introductions like I'm having right now with you guys and to feel okay. And I don't know. And a long time ago when bad things happened, I got into puppets and entertaining and everything else. But I mean, I will say right now, I do have 500,000 followers on TikTok.
Nice.
They have all been begging for a face reveal and I haven't done it for years. But here you go, guys.
Ooh.
Yay!
How are you?
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I didn't say I was Marty D. I did not say that on record, but
No, that was that other guy that showed up.
yeah, he took off
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit earlier on.
All right.
So, but I digress, like you say, but no, I just want art. I think there needs to be more art involved. I think we have more art coming. I think the door's opening up. I think there's a lot of artists that, like me, don't know a lot about this canvas. And as we're learning more, we're getting more comfortable and then being able to express ourselves.
I love art. I do pixel art.
That's cheese in a nutshell.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I would love to see your tattoo art. Do you have like an Instagram type thing? No.
I don't. I retired. As funny as that sounds.
But not from art.
No, from tattooing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I went in one day into the shop and I was managing a shop and I was like, there's nothing else I want to tattoo. Like, I think I've tattooed all the stuff I would get. And actually, it was the last day I smoked a cigarette too. Those were
good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, that was last week. Thanks. No, I'm kidding.
That was just a few minutes ago.
But in case you could tell, I don't really like talking about myself a lot, but that's me in a nutshell there. Perfect word.
No, this is me in a nutshell. Help, I'm in a nutshell. Get me out of this nutshell. Austin Powers. No?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I have to share that I have met such an amazing group so far in the brief time I've been in Upland. It's people that I wish I could have met in real life, but these are the people that you're like, where are they in my town? They're not here. You know what I mean? So, but
they
yeah.
or maybe they are, but they're hiding like you and I are in our rooms on our computers.
Right, typing away 16 hours a day.
Well, how did you two get hooked up?
We were in the cafe and he mentioned his project, and I'm always excited to hear about new projects. And I was like, DM me.
I saw the lawn furniture you guys are working on. Morecheese shared it. It's absolutely amazing. I zoomed in. I like to zoom in. I showed my wife. I was like, look at this. It looks so cool. You put the fire here. I am giving you a shameless plug. I don't care. But
nice.
So I was talking to Morecheese and I was like, this was my idea to incorporate the NFTs to where you could take something like that and put it on the island, or and then incorporate that somehow. How we were talking with the incorporation earlier with the food and the these, and that was my whole point about Web 2 and Web 3. You can start to tie this stuff together now. It's the way I feel artistically, right?
Yeah.
Because figure out, I don't do the math, like I don't do the coding, I don't do all this, but I can make a pretty picture. These two have to like interact to get this to work out properly, right? That's my opinion, So although AI is coming a far way, but that's a whole different discussion. But you still need somebody to put something together, right?
I agree. I definitely agree. And I looking into your project when I was just hearing about it, and I saw the thing that got me was the battling from one neighbor to another. And then when I came into your website, I saw how pretty the NFTs look, because when NFTs have utility, a lot of people don't think that they have to look a certain way or they have to look good. And I was really impressed with your little islands and the different aspects on it. And it's just so cute. And like you did all of this, right?
Yes.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And I like the land is yours. It's like you have this little land that represents your neighborhood or your node or your community.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
Ownership, and I'm not talking about digital for a second, right? If you have a painting you like on your wall, you have a certain tie to that. I sold the painting years ago, and I sold it to the guy for like $20 because he was like, if I had this painting every morning, I'd wake up and look at it. And I was like, you know what? $20.
Exactly. You know, someone's gonna love it.
I'm treating this that same way, right? I think I've only done like 500 minted or something along those lines because these take some time to actually put together. I'm not just like hitting like make 1,000, you know, like a lot of projects are doing. On top of that, I also want to build stuff onto these later. I used to make canvases. I would have to either sell or give away a painting because I would continue to paint over it if I walked by it, right? So this is kind of an extension of that to where these can all be burned and merged to become different things.
Nice.
In this project, your mint isn't really that important. I played D&D when I was younger. I loved role-playing games. Pokemon is very addictive, as everybody knows. Dungeon fighting. I mean, I met some of my best friends when I was younger doing some of this stuff. Building weapons, like making weapons get better as you know, you shouldn't just get a picture of something and put it in your wallet and check it out every Tuesday as if you would. Like, have something happen to that later. I have so many tricks up my sleeve. I don't care. I'll say tricks up my sleeve for down the road for these to change and evolve.
I love
I like
it.
art that grows, right? Do
Yeah.
you guys remember what was that movie where the guy had to put a towel around his neck? The book movie. In space, somebody help me out.
A towel around his neck.
You need a sacred towel. He went through space. Oh my goodness, somebody is gonna murder me after this because The Secret of Life is 36.
Oh my God.
Help. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
So long and thanks for all the fish. People were like, what?
Oh my.
My friend had one of the original Mac computers, and that he had a game of like that to where it was based off of that book where you had to type in a possibility of what could happen, right? There's a bulldozer facing your house. What do? Yell at the guy, and then something would happen. Do you remember Choose Your Own Story adventure books?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So now I also want the battling aspect, but I want to incorporate it into the world we live in, which we all live in, which is Upland, right? Which I don't think a lot of people are doing enough of that nowadays either. Don't get me on a soapbox, but this is all our babies.
Get on your soapbox. I want to hear
I'll start making crap, people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have to like be a coder or have, you know, $50,000 or whatever it might be. Just start creating some stuff and people will like it. People have really been really positively receptive to this so far. So I'm gonna keep drawing, and that's all I've ever wanted since I was little, was a platform to draw on where I didn't have to hang out with people in real life.
Nice.
Well, I don't leave my house. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes, thank you so much. My goodness.
That would have driven you crazy. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
And if you have not read that, it's pretty awesome.
Oh my God. I'm the type of person that I used to travel by myself. I used to do a lot of stuff by myself. And then I got to a point where I just don't do it anymore. I don't even like leaving the house. And when COVID hit and the metaverse came, I was like a pig in mud. I was like, oink, oink. This is amazing. This is kind of like a lifesaver. And I kind of get that vibe, the same vibe from you, which is cool. It's like you get to meet all these like-minded people and people you can relate to, and kind of feel a weird safeness and at homeness with.
Nail on the head. Yeah. Do you guys remember AOE, Ages of Empires, that little ditty there? It was a little strategy game.
Yes. Yes.
I would play that game to fortify my castle as well as I could to be left alone. That's all.
You leave me alone. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a good example. Because I don't know. Do you play computer games? Because I play a lot of computer games. One is 7 Days to Die, and we have
I
a group
tried
of
that.
people. Oh,
That
I
was
have
so
a server.
difficult. And it
I
was,
have a
that was so
server.
scary. Holy mac.
I love it. It's so cool. It's so fun. And I'm the, like, everybody would team up with somebody, and I'm the only one that would stay by myself.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
they're like, geez, like, how are you doing over there? I'm like, I'm fine. Like, leave me alone.
It's funny because when I started Upland, I actually took that approach a few times and bought things as far off from anything as I could, not knowing that was not a great, nothing minted by them still for
Go to
some.
Kansas. You'll be happy there.
I got a couple. Way off, like with trees for the street view. I'm like, oh, perfect for me. Yeah.
Although Lizette said that Kansas is coming back, that there's something that they're gonna put it back. Don't quote me. This is not Upland financial advice. Don't go buying anything, but like there was something. So maybe we'll get some exciting news about Kansas. Oh, I see your tatsies, your tats.
Yeah. Oh, here. You wanted to see some. I did this owl on myself.
Oh, cool. Oh my God, you did that on yourself. So that's like so
How did
difficult.
you do that?
I had to stretch the
Wow.
skin with the chin, and I used a mirror.
Oh my God.
Holy smokes, that's impressive.
Many
Wow.
many moons ago.
Oh my, I have no tattoos at all. I'm one of those people.
Oh.
And it's not because I don't like them, it's because I'm a Gemini. And as soon as I get one, I'll be like, oh, I didn't want that one. I want that one.
Remember what I told you guys about changing the painting? I don't want these. I want to change every one of them. I have to. You can't change them. That's
Are you a Gemini?
No, Aquarius.
All right, hey, next best thing. Except
I'm
for
the
a
opposite.
Libra.
I love all mine. I got my first when I was 17, and it's I drew it up myself, but you know it looks pretty shitty and it's all faded, but there's history to it. I love it.
I've
My-
had
my-
this.
Yeah,
Sorry,
my
Ben.
daughter always asks me, "What's this one?" And you know, I've told her the story about it dozens of times. You know,
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
has
no.
a story.
Yeah, I've had this discussion a bunch too, and I think, in all honesty, giving them as a tattoo artist just gave me an entirely different perspective at one point.
Is it one of those things, like we've talked about this with a lot of people we've interviewed, like, and I get this question a lot too. You know, is this something I want to turn into my job, basically? And I always push back, like, no, everything I do in Upland is a hobby. I imagine if you're an artist and you're a tattoo artist, turning that into your job would be a grind that it just didn't become fun anymore or something like that.
Nail on the head. I'll give you 2
Yeah.
points to that. You know, that was all I did for work. So I had to work to pay my bills. You know, you put away a little something, but you don't have insurance. You don't have anything else other than what you pay yourself. But to that note, I do charity with what I'm doing now. I tried to do charity then, and there's a lot of people that take advantage of some stuff. So I ended up doing 42 tattoos one day with promise of donation, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
No, but again, I think retired just from the boredom of the medium, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's where this intrigues me also. You know, it's just digital. This is, you know, there will be machines that can give you a tattoo one day. I want to, you know, work on how I can put something into those machines.
I don't think that's that far away when you see all the technology that's out there. Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's a 3D printing machine away, right? From somebody in the smart, that's it.
Yep.
That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, but I got bored of the medium. So, and I always said, I am not a tattoo artist. I'm an artist. So I want to, so now I'm in here and I'm let loose. And to be honest, this started because I was talking with somebody and they were like, and I was saying, you know what somebody should do? Then listening to myself, I was like, you know, I'm tired of hearing people do that, so I'll get it going. And yeah. But
is this, oh yeah, go ahead, finish that thought.
No, please.
I was just going to say, is that something you're conscious of now? Like you're getting more involved in the digital art space. Is this something you're pushing towards as your bread and butter 9-to-5 sort of job sort of thing? Or is it purely hobby? Never.
No, this is to help Upland.
Yeah.
This is to help Upland. I'm not going to get rich off of this. This
I'm
could
the exact same.
Everything I could mint. I could just, when we hang up, I could just mint everything I have in this run completely, list it and sell it, and I still won't hit my rent for this month. And I'm happy. You know why? Because as soon as you're paying me $200 for something I'm creating for you, you own me, and I'm all done with that. You know.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
motivation,
same.
the motivation switches, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Chief.
I can make an island with like popsicles on it and not have to listen to somebody whine because it looks cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna break here first that there will be a cheese island coming out sometime soon. Somebody suggested.
Ooh.
Somebody suggested a cheese island.
Speaking of
I don't
your
know.
islands, I was just having a look through, and I'm going to buy one right now. I like this one that kind of has a Stonehenge
Ooh.
vibe in the background. Assuming it's still.
So thank you.
Available.
Everything on the secondary is listed by people who have minted it at the 4 wax. So, which is really cool because it's making a little ecosystem for everyone.
Yeah, I'm
And you
definitely
get a
gonna grab that one.
percentage off of that as well.
Yes, I get 4% off of this. I actually had it based on 2% originally, but I'm like, you know what? I'm taking 4. I don't care.
Dude, mine
anymore.
is 10%. So don't feel bad. I got in when it was 10%. Now Atomic Hub changed it to 5 as the highest.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a competition. I was in New Orleans once, and I made my way back with a $2 pack of pastels and a pad by selling my drawings for 50 cents each. So,
Oh,
that's awesome.
I still work hard on them. I like getting them out there and getting them to everybody. You know what I mean? So that's a base farm that you just got.
nice.
And that's a lava.
222. I like that number.
That is a good number. That's a lava farm. And it looks like it's a lava too. So.
Yeah, Island Lava too, it says.
And like this can be, if he has 2 more lava farms, he can merge them.
Yeah, you can merge these. You can merge bases to become common. You don't need another lava. 5 bases become a common.
Oh, so anyone, and then the stats are random.
Yeah, and what commons are going to have usually like a building and a creature on it. Okay.
All right.
If you have there's a lot coming down the road with all of these, but it's all fun. Like I said, you know, I don't want to promise anyone anything that I can't hold up to, but I'm going to keep making art. So at this point, you can see some of these have buildings on them. Here, I'll go ahead and release this now too. Those buildings are going to be able to have a separate NFT in it at some point that you could buy in a little package. So
like this one here with the castle on it.
Yeah, that has not been released yet. So a lot of people are going to enjoy that information.
Ooh, cool.
Nice.
Oh, check this Spark one out. I have to be completely honest. I don't own any because I don't want to, you know, have that, but I love that little Spark one with the smoke coming out. Now that's an uncommon that's got a little movement to it.
I have a Spark one.
Oh, I love it. 5 of those Spark become an uncommon Spark. Then the Sparks can be upgraded according to in the game too with the color, because there's going to be a yellow available for the next upgrade.
Oh. So I would need 4 more to get an because I have a common. I would need 4 more to get an uncommon.
Exactly. And there's no fancy system for this right now. I have people contact me on Discord, burn them, show me proof, and then I mint the new randomly generated in some aspects farm. So
is this something you're looking to set up in a more like automated blend process via what is it? What's the platform you use, Cheese? What's the blendy?
Oh, Nefty.
Nefty, yeah. Is that something you're looking into?
I'm not quite familiar with it right now. And I thank you for actually reminding me. I have 2 people helping me out tremendously. It's Keenan and also I have Little Apple that have just been helping me with numbers and data and everything else. And that's freeing me up to just work on art, which is what I'm looking to do, like what we said without it being a job. So those guys are awesome. And I'm sorry. Yeah, I would love that. That would be absolutely incredible to free up those aspects. I haven't really gotten that far down the road, so I am doing it all manually right now. I kind of like you said earlier with your gaming choices, I kind of like the grind of this right now because it's really adding to the rarity, if I'll be completely honest. I'm dropping base farm upgrades one at a time too. We just started the diamond base. So if you have 3 coal, you get a diamond, or if you have 5 coal, you get a diamond with something on it. So, and
you have a lot of contests in your Discord, which is awesome. Like you have the community coming together and they have a chance to win like one of these base island things to get them started, which is really cool.
Yeah,
And it's just fun.
thank you. In all honesty, if it wasn't for the multi-accounters, we'd give everyone a base, because again, this is just to get Upland to interact artistically together. It's why we started the node battles, which we just had our first. And actually, I'll give props. Woodhood took it home.
Cool. All right,
and Woodhood, oh, that's another segue. We are based in Upland now, because I think anything in any project that's going on, and this should be, and we are based in Century City. So there is a sub node to Century City that started. It's not minted out. And believe me, I'm not trying to sell a node here at all by any means.
If it's about the community in Upland, we are all about giving props to anybody and everyone.
I love my Century City family. They're the best people I've come across in the game, other than you guys. but so we have a sub node that's based in it's based in Beverlywood, right below. There's an opening in that, and we are going to utilize that at some point. I don't really want to give away too much in that aspect. But with that being said, some of these numbers to these islands and stats will be changing depending on where your home address is based in Upland.
That's interesting.
And again, and Cheese, you know about this. I want to just do this because no one's doing it.
Yeah.
So start to do it. And you know what? I might, I'm going to try my damnedest, and hopefully this is going to get other artists going, because I don't like to compete with art and I'm not making money. So let's just start having fun. I love the interactions that these two nodes have now started to do, which is just insane, because you can look in their channel and they're just talking. So we're going to have another, I want to make an NFT that's a trophy, and the winning node can hold this.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
The winning node, they all get a base farm, right? So, yeah, so I guess that's where I'm at. There has been so many of these things burned for upgrades already. It's insane. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm an artist.
But it's great because it reminds me of Spud Wars, and I wasn't around for Spud Wars. I think I came in just after that, and people loved it. And this is an opportunity to kind of a friendly way of battling with each other without like any kind of repercussions or whatever. It's just a haha, oh, you sunk my battleship sort of thing. And for me, I think it's a great opportunity for people to just kind of even meet more neighborhoods and communities and come together in Upland.
Right. And the cool thing is too is, some people might think that their nodes all located close, right? So they're not necessarily going to be open to interacting at first. But if you take a node that's in two separate locations, there's no reason, especially with charity, you can't work together, And John from Woodhood and I have been working towards autism charities, which is insane because these things sell, these farms sell as soon as we list them. It's incredible. So we actually with because he's selling in the Woodhood for autism also, but again another awesome way to bring things into whatever the metaverse, right?
The metaverse.
The metaverse.
One of the many metaverses. Max Demon was on our show before, and he was talking about his Butafungo racetrack, and I made an NFT for him, and he asked me if he can have a couple to sell for the charity that Woodhood was doing with the autism, and I gave him 5 to go ahead and do. And I think it's amazing that we can put our art out there for good causes, and I don't know, it's just amazing. It's just so because I came from a family that was like, oh yeah, whatever, art, blah, whatever, make money. And it was never really appreciated it until I came into this kind of atmosphere. And I could see that you're kind of, it's embracing you as well. And it's just, I don't know, it's just happiness making.
But I didn't add, but when I used to teach art, I also used to teach special needs children. So I also used to volunteer a lot, but I'm going to hit the ball out of the park towards donations. And again, the best way to do that is to not try to make money. So I've learned that, you know what I mean? I'm not trying. So I hope to keep working with John. I think we're going to go crazy with this. I hope so.
Here's the thing, like with my stuff, and I'm sure with your stuff, you have to make enough to stabilize it. Because I like a lot of the time when I put my art out, I'm not making money. I'm actually paying money because like you got to get the IPFS, you got to like to hold the images, you got to get the net,
You get nickel and dime to death.
Yes,
you have to
that's
have
true.
the storage to hold the NFTs in your thing. And like as you create more and more things,
Right.
like the RAM is my biggest thing.
Okay, I know that's what you're getting at. So I was so worried about that at first, but now it's like just putting one out for base. I think I can spit out another, I don't know the exact 20 maybe or something. So it's like,
Yes.
when taking nothing out, here's the problem. When I see a really cool Upland NFT and I'm like, I have to put my own to get it because I only have one account. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to mess with it, but because I'm trying to make sure I don't put anything in, you know, but I have not needed to. So luckily, I mean,
Yeah, same here. Like there's a lot of projects out there that if you collect their stuff, you get a pretty nice drip on wax that you could transfer their token into wax. And I've gotten lucky, you know, knock on wood with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wax is amazing for in an artistic standpoint because it's like I can finally just make some stuff and not have to need money to make it. You know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. It's a
I like
playground.
it.
Now, I'm just going to segue there so you can babysit me through this. Now, I did just go and buy one of your floating farms, and I've just joined the Discord, and I'm ready to, I think I've got the right steps here. I'm over in the register channel.
Okay.
And I've put in my in-game name, my wax account, and my Upland address. That's all I need to do.
Perfect. That's it. And then we take care of it on the back end. You are not held to your in-game address, but you can change it along with Upland. We do need to know where your farm is floating. In the image, we picture it as an actual piece of farm and like with a rope, with just some old shiny rope tied to the top of whatever you have, right? So
that's cool.
And okay, here's another question I get a lot. Yes, you can have as many of these farms floating around like a handful of balloons, like in the movie Up, by the way. Up.
Yes, I love that movie.
Question. So can I have so it's connected to your Upland address, so then you can't have more than one address.
I want at first, we've been asked this too, I want to just work off of one. It's going to be a lot easier for recording purposes and just for what we're working with, but at some point, yeah, we probably will need that availability. Oh, so a few things I have started to interweave it there a little bit. Yesterday, I actually just did a contest for a pretty farm, and it was any farm that had a charisma point over 8 was able to get another farm additionally. So that was fun. I want to start tying those. Yeah, oh, and then I felt bad. So there was one for 3 too. I felt horrible after that because I didn't want to say all the other farms were not nice. But anyway, so in D&D, if you guys recall, there was the dungeon master and everything, right? Back in the day, I had one that was not that nice, and it didn't make me want to play because he was just like an egomaniac and stuff. But that's a segue for me. Anybody that has any ideas for this, any games to play with it. I mean, it's a beautiful looking piece of art with numbers. I'm sorry, whatever.
No, of course, I'll tap your shoulder too.
I work hard on it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got numbers tied to it. This can be worked into any type of gameplay that you'd like. I've had people just hitting me up with suggestions that I never would have thought of that are awesome. Those numbers are going to be able to be altered. I don't want to touch too much on that either. And like I said, if you had 3, let me know if I'm going long here. I don't mean to. If you have 3 coal, it becomes a diamond. Just think of that way in the future as well. Upgrading. Do you guys remember, what is it? Tagashi? What are those little egg creatures?
Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis. I actually have one somewhere.
Do you remember the ownership with that little, just 2-colored item? You like actually fell in love with the little thing, you know? You felt horrible if you didn't feed it. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
So
I never killed any of my Tamagotchi babies.
I think at some point you'll be able to have something like a floating farm with a little animal on it. You know, why not? And again, I'm going nuts right now. Obviously,
no, that would be so cool.
I don't have these capabilities, and it's a dream of mine, but I just love the idea of having that little piece of land that you can put anywhere you want and put whatever you want on. So, and again, I'm not a salesman. I'm just having fun. And the worst part about all this crap is I can't do it, but I do jump into battles. I do.
You will, like, you'll find like somebody will come along and love this idea. Probably you like watching the show, hopefully, and be like, hey, I know how to do that. Let's team up, or like, let me show you.
Please.
blah, blah, blah. That's how it happens. This place is amazing for networking and coming together.
Yeah, we have a small team right now, but we are open to anybody as long as you're a good person and you're not looking to make money like we're not, and you're into the art.
Have fun, yeah.
If you have
putting stuff
something,
forward.
if you have something to add, please, welcome.
Yeah.
Now I did make a mistake there, I believe. I just put my Upland home address in, but you're looking for Century City or Beverly Wood addresses? Is that right?
No, your Upland home address.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
sure.
Yeah, this is
I'm
not
just-
okay. So this is not node exclusive. It is open to any node, and there is node rep and representation. We did just actually make we made the first Century City farm with the Century City logo on it. Down the road, I don't want to get everybody too nuts. I want to do different node islands to battle as well, to have node battles with an actual farm fighting. So I wish, if you guys, the longer you keep me on, the more I'm giving away. This is
I know, this
like
is
it.
great.
I like it.
I
Yes.
love it. So wait a second. So you have a farm in Century. What is that? Talk about that.
as far as like the Century City farm.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a farm with the Century City like logo, the representation on it itself. So
And how do we go about doing that? Like if we wanted a UDU farm?
so that's what I'm working with right now, and I'll be, I'm completely open with everybody. I'm thinking about working that into the battles, right? So if you win a battle, the winning championship team might get a whole node series to themselves, and that's the best part about the running mint numbers. Like, it doesn't matter. We can just keep evolving the art within the series.
Love that so much. I love that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I
Like
would
it.
love UDU.
I mean, it would also kind of incorporate the trophy in a way too, right? I think that's going to be really fun too. I'm working with it. I mean,
It's fun. It's exciting. It's like new things coming along. I would like, if I ever have any ideas, I'll shoot them over to you. I would
Awesome.
love to do like a collab, like maybe a pixel farm for you, that I would just give that to you, and that would be amazing.
100%. You just reminded me of another thing too. We do upgrades of commons. If you own a custom BE, we're now putting the BE on the farm too.
Oh.
Because I didn't see that done yet, because nobody was doing it yet. You have to own it, obviously, but if you own it, and it comes on and it's got a little attribute itself as well, and it sits next to the
Oh my
troll or whatever's on there already.
Cheese attribute.
So, and again, I'm only one guy, so I'm doing them as quick as I can. I know some people are, I appreciate the patience, everybody listening. So I'm getting to them tomorrow. The diamonds are coming out, I promise.
Oh my God, you're gonna be so busy after this.
How do you how do you balance all that? Like, feature creep is always something that Cheese and I are conscious of. Like when she mentioned doing the UDN for me, you saw how hard I was sucking on my teeth because I'm very conscious of feature creep. How do you balance that yourself?
As far as the time aspect, or?
Yeah, because like, I mean, something like this, like I imagine, especially from an artist perspective, and as more people get involved in the project, everybody comes in with different ideas, and I know what it's like from the game development days. You're like, that's an awesome idea. But you actually have to put the work in to do it. How do you manage that?
So, I mean, with my interactions with the puppet shows, I had a lot of people with a lot of suggestions. And what I learned early was not to promise people stuff that you couldn't actually get done at some point. And I had to learn that the hard way, because I'm a people pleaser. But people who are getting to know me know I'll be like, that's an awesome idea, but I don't have it in my schedule. With that being said, I don't sleep a lot. I don't sleep a lot. I lay in bed and I have my I'm drawing some of these on my Samsung now, which is insane.
Nice.
No Samsung plug, but I mean, I just doodle like on Sketch on there, and it's like multi-layered doodling, and PNG with no background, like fall asleep. Not to make it, I do put a lot of hours. If anybody works with that, they know what I'm talking about, but you know what I mean? I never had these. When I was young, here, I'll add some more because I don't care. When I was young, I was poor. We didn't even have money for an art set. I had markers that I had to dip in water to actually be able to put a color on the page. So this is wild, right? I have to pay nothing.
I love it.
Someone stop me. I don't know. I'm just going to keep doing it.
nobody stop you. I'll beat them up, but I'm not very strong, so I'll probably get beat up in the process.
You got sharp knives. You got sharp knives.
I gotta
Here's
some
the cool
pencils.
part, I think, though, to add is like, because each one of these runs, the base and the commons right now have a run of 2,500. To look at the first ones, like to look at these now, it's kind of really cool because I'm seeing the progression too.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's like, how do you do that with art? It's wild.
Well,
and people's
it's
interactions.
well, yeah, you'd be taking on people's suggestions, but you'd also be becoming more familiar with the technology and exploring new, different layers. And you said like that, the Spark one had animation and that sort of thing. So yeah, I think it's, if you look at any sort of, even with cheeses, like if you look at the NFT projects, there's usually a pretty clear progression.
Yeah. I look back at my old stuff and I'm just like, oh.
Do you? You go,
No, I don't. I love all my stuff. I'm just I'm lying right now. I love all of it.
You made the most wax ever off some of your earlier stuff though. So
do you know what's crazy? I make puppets too, and I made this guy.
I love
and I
him.
hated him at first. I mean, I didn't like him that much. No, I'm just kidding. No, but they grow on, like the tattoos you said, Ben. Even if you get, it just gets a nostalgic aspect artistically, which is weird. I heard people talking about their first property the other day and how they'll never sell it, even though it's worth nothing. And I'm like, I'm there. I'm right there. I had my best friend get one right next to me. It's worth nothing.
Oh.
Except something to us. So it's, it is what you make it. Again, art aspect, it is what you make it. So
yeah.
But,
absolutely.
Oh,
No,
this is awesome.
it all looks very exciting.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's really cool to meet up with you guys. And I did wanted to share here too. I am going to be giving you both 5 bases to get your BE farms. So I want to just give those to you. So
awesome.
It's kind of it's something beneficial for me because those are darn cool looking. And then again, if you want to have those done, because they are yours, so let me know.
And the NFT I end up doing will you of course will get the first one, and whoever watches this and completes a challenge, and it could be anybody who's already in your server, if they watch this and they go there and they say the secret phrase, will get one of my, I only make 50 of them to keep the value, and I always hold some like back. I gave you a good amount of mine because I was looking at generous. You're so generous.
I thank you so much. You're just like me though. And here's the next thing is I am all about promoting positive people. And they used to call it the positive puppet, by the way, too. But it's like, why not? If you find somebody that's all about helping everything, just help them out. Like, so you're going to see, like, I'm going to interact like crazy with you guys. And hopefully, we could just drum back and forth a bit. Yes. Like, I want to do some fun things with the YouTube and whatever. And just, why not? I mean,
and I want to give you some art to do like maybe a pixel farm. And
that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Thank you. You just reminded me. I'm sorry. Toss had made the Century City. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Toss had made that beautiful design. Everybody, I do not want to take credit for that. Amazing artist. I'm sorry.
He is amazing. He's the one that we had Jacqueline on here.
Yes.
And he gifted her the design for the help me, Ben. Nicole.
The mushroom van.
Yes, the mushroom van. And my last NFT that I did, I had his profile pic emoji in there in the back with Jacqueline. I did her face, and it took me 2 weeks to do her face. And I would have loved to do his face, but like I would have never gotten that NFT out. And I would love to have him on the show to showcase his art. And that would be amazing.
Man, please.
Yeah.
It's so funny you say that because I have some farms that have actually never gotten out because I'm just like, you go hours and then you're just like, forget it. I'm not putting this one out.
Yeah. Oh, poor Jacqueline. She must have had like 50 versions of her face and her thing. I'm like, how about this? I'm like, no, this is not good. How about this? No, this is not good. So it took me a while to get to the end. Ben knows he has the same.
When
I ride the roller coaster.
Oh yeah. Do you know when you can't do that? When you're doing tattoos. Oh no, not this one. No.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would die. I would be like, Oh no, I
Could you
think there's
imagine?
something else that I want to do. Can you come back?
Not so
in?
good. It doesn't look so good. Right?
What is it? No regrets or something?
Yeah.
No
regrets.
regrets.
No
Oh
regrets.
man.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Well,
do. I
I'm gonna-
love your guys' DEs. Those are really cool.
Oh,
Oh, I
thanks.
can't wait. I'm looking forward to your decor too. I really
Yeah,
can't
well,
wait.
it's a good segue. That I'm going to set you some homework, Cheese.
Oh.
I don't need
Got some
homework.
homework.
I was
think,
asking for guidance yesterday, and I forgot that I actually gave myself my own guidance. Ben and I share a Discord called To-Do List. Do stuff. Yeah. And I put down there everything I needed to do. And I'm like, Ben, I didn't know I was supposed to do this. And he's like, you wrote it down in your own to-do list. How did you forget that?
You need a
Hey, it
tattoo
doesn't-
on your head. Check to-do list.
I
Yeah.
forget to check my head.
Yes. No, your homework
Backwards.
is to get D-Tech and UP in the same room together for a chat.
Oh my
Oh,
God, you
sweet.
would love him so much. Oh
You-
my God.
you'd like brothers from different mothers.
I'm gonna
that's
send
awesome.
you the YouTube of his amazing Arthur show.
Oh wow.
He's
Thank
so
you.
cool. He's such
There
an
has to be
easy-
a collab there somewhere. There's a vibe there for sure. So
Well, it's
absolutely.
been quite a rabbit hole since I met Cheese, so I'm looking forward to the rest of the roller coaster, Ben.
This is gonna be cool. Oh my God.
Oh, I
Sit
didn't, I
down,
didn't
shut
add- I
up, and
gotta-
hold on.
I have to add this. It just reminded me too that Keenan is actually, his name is the ringleader because he hosts all the battles. I wanted to give him credit on that. He does such a great job ringing.
Man,
So yeah, I wanted to give him credit too.
that's nice. That's cool. I love it. Oh my God. It feels like we haven't even begun, and it's been like what, almost 2 hours.
Has it really?
Getting up there.
Holy man!
This is a really good episode. Wow.
I told you I'm long-winded. I'm sorry.
No, I love
No, we
it.
love
Oh
it.
my God, I love it.
There's
Seriously.
definitely a lot to dive in and check out there. So yeah, we'll definitely have a link in the description. So if you're watching or listening, go in and check it out and
Please.
see what everything that's got going on. Is there
And
anything you want to wrap up on, UP?
I don't know. Stop by and have fun. Really, I'm not really much of a salesman. I'm just going to keep drawing, guys. No,
It's
seriously,
awesome
best
stuff.
community. I made a community that I was looking for, and everybody that's in and hanging out with FF so far, I mean, we're having a blast. As it keeps growing and people are just spreading the word themselves, which is insane. More and more people that are just really awesome to hang out with are jumping on, and I really didn't, in all honesty, think that it was going to take off like it has already. And I just hope I can keep up with everybody to keep you all happy with the stuff. So I'm at it.
Hey, anything with a great community and a great community leader and art is where I want to be.
I think that's perfect way to wrap
I'm
us up.
so sorry.
Give Marty D the last word. Is that what we got? Oh, we've lost your audio.
Christmas. What the heck? Anyways, Ben, what are your questions for me, Ben? Now that I'm here. Come on, Cheese.
Why are you so handsome?
Oh, I don't know. My mother made me this way. Thank you, guys. Oh.
Marty D in the house.
This is perfect.
Oh, we're going to have to go 18 plus on this episode. We've got some nudity happening. The naked puppet,
He tickled me.
I'm getting
X-rated
too
puppet
old for
show.
this stuff. I'm getting too old.
X-rated.
Guys, this has been unbelievable. I don't care if we record. We got to do this every week.
Well, you can come to the UDU podcast. That's
Oh,
live.
I'm stopping by.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
Marty's coming too.
Perfect.
Tuesdays 11:30 a.m. PT.
Awesome.
But I think this is perfect. This was a great show.
I thank you guys very much for the invite to this. This is an awesome atmosphere you guys have here. It's just been really cool, and I can't wait to see what we do mixing our groups together here a little bit.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
Should I?
Alrighty, cheesy bread.
Cheesy bread. More cheesels.
Jesus.
Dave Fresh cheese bags.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky
G'day, sickos. Okay, to get your hands on this episode's free custom Morecheese NFT, as always, like and subscribe. Then jump on into the Floating Farms Discord server and tag Cheese in the general channel. Make sure you give a shout out to Marty D, who was the main puppet appearing in the episode. Later.
Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.